Hello, 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 my darlings. How are you? Listen, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm so happy to talk with you. We just never know what the day holds, I was going to talk to you about something else, but Lord have mercy. I got a couple cultures going on here. I got this culture and this culture and this culture. I don't know, I just like this. Anyway, little biblical fox. So how are you today? It is Wednesday, hump day, 2023, September. And let me see what the day is exactly. I should know by now. I had a disturbing, something disturbing happened. Just hold on one second. Um, I, I was going to talk about something else. Today is the 27th of September, 2023. And I went somewhere to do one thing. It's amazing what God would do. I went somewhere to do one thing. I'm gonna take this. I think this is something that I need to, I need to have something. I like that better. Yeah. Anyway, I went somewhere to do something else, and I saw somebody walking. I'm riding. It's daylight, okay, and I'm driving, and I see somebody walking, and it's somebody I love to life, to life. And I said, why is she walking? And I said, well, Georgianne, you walked. You used to catch the number 13 when the bus was 13 instead of 813. You all know what bus I'm talking about. Number 13 and 72. That's you. And the train used to get me home. So here's the story. She was walking and I said, let me pick you up. And you said, she was on the other side of the street. I said, you stay over there and let me pick you up. So she said, okay. I went back and picked her up. Oh, Lord. I didn't like the way she looked because it looked like she was tired from where she had to walk from. She walked from a long ways and she was going somewhere. I said, let me take you. And I said, you know what? I'm usually home by now doing my little TV, but I don't think this light is working. There you go. Woo. I said, I'm going to take you and I'm going to sit in the car. I'm going to wait for you to do whatever you need to do. She said, okay. You ever seen anybody walking and you couldn't get to them maybe? Or you saw somebody walking, you went by and you wondered why they were at the bus stop. When I used to sit at the bus stop, I saw people that I knew. They didn't pick me up. Maybe they went by and said, oh, is that Georgianne at the bus stop? Oh, that looks like Georgianne at the bus stop. Oh, I wonder why Georgianne's at the bus stop. They didn't pick me up. This was when I was writing my dissertation. And I don't know what was happening with the cars. I didn't have a car. We had one car. Daughter had to go to work. I don't know what it was, but I knew that I can get to Clark Atlanta University. And I knew what buses would get me there. But this woman was walking. It was heartbreaking. Isn't it heartbreaking to see people that were at a different level, and then they are at another level? I didn't know that verse. I think I tried to get that verse. There I will be also. Write that down. Subscribe, and then hit subscribe, and then write that verse. There I will be also. Well, this isn't working. It's not looking good. But there I would be also. What is that verse? If if it weren't for the grace of God, there I would be also. So I picked her up and we went and I waited for her to do what she needed to do. And I think about the levels, the levels we go up and down, we go up and down, we go up and down, because that's life. And because I had transportation today doesn't mean I have transportation tomorrow. So I wasn't there like, ooh, I got a car. No, that's not the way to be. You have to be humble. It's a humbling experience, I think. I think being kind is a humbling experience. Does that make sense to anybody? It's humbling. You stop and change what you were going to do. You stop and say, I could be that person. I wish I had something. I wish I had could have taken her and said, let's go buy a car. We have people with that kind of money. So I can't judge. Maybe they got, you know what they said? I remember this one guy. He said, I gotta leave this money for my grandchildren. And when he died, the son got all the money, got as much as he could. He couldn't wait to get him in the ground. He couldn't. And he's been having a ball. I suppose the children gonna get some money, but you don't know what's gonna happen to the money unless you lock it up where that child can't get it. I don't know. I don't want to ramble, and I feel like I'm rambling because I'm just so disturbed about picking up a friend and somebody who had title and still has some title, but walking and trying to get somewhere. I like to tell young people who are not watching, because this is for ages 65 and older, once again, you have to be careful because you don't know where life will take you. You don't know where life will take you. And some of you all are 65. You didn't know how you got to where you are now. You don't know. Some of you all are trying to figure out what happened. You're not on a job anymore. Nobody's calling you this, that, and the other anymore. You're not that level of importance, supposedly. That's why you have to have your own level of love for yourself. You have to love yourself and give yourself whatever title you need to give yourself. You need to love on yourself, She said, where you going all dressed up? And I said, well, I get up every day. During the pandemic, let me go back to the pandemic. There are some people who used to drive by and wave during the pandemic. And they would say, where you going? And I said, well, I'm not going anywhere. But it was a pride or something, not prideful, but a pride in loving myself. I had to look at myself. I had to look at me in here. So why I want to look at myself or smell myself? Oh, I wanted to look at another Georgianne, this Georgianne. And so there's some need to be in love with yourself. I have a friend who says, ooh, Georgianne, I love myself. He said, I love myself, and he calls his name. And I said, I'm going to start saying that out loud, but I didn't know how to frame that I love myself kind of statement. I just like getting up, get my clothes on, and trying to look nice. I didn't know it had a title. I could put a subject. And that's loving yourself. And so this person has been beat down, and she doesn't know to love herself. And I don't know how to go and help her. I want to help her, but there's an obstacle in the way. And I found out when I took her home what the obstacle was. We have to be very careful. There's something called elder abuse. It's real. You think these children, some of these children will do things to their parents and the mother and father. Then there's spousal abuse, domestic violence, and you're 80 and 90 years old and it's still going on. That wears you down. Just abuse, period. All these people are abusive. I have two people that you have to look out for signs of abuse. And you got to be sensitive to that. I was disappointed when I arrived at her home and the person talked to me the way the person spoke to me. He called me the B word and a number of other words. And I knew not to give in to that because, I tell people that my daughter is the pastor, not me. I didn't see a need to curse back. I didn't. Because he was on a tirade. He just kept on cursing, 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 cursing. And I was concerned, and I am concerned, because I remember those years of domestic violence job that I was in. And then, I have my own personal stories. And so I feel like she's in danger tonight. Not danger, but I just feel like it's going to be uncomfortable tonight because she got a ride home. And she got a ride home with me. He knows me. He knew me. And I was just glad to see him. I was speaking. And whoa, I spoke out of turn. When I heard what he was saying to her, I said something to her. He heard me say it. So I was out of order. But I just thought, you don't have to take that. You don't have to live like this. But sometimes we don't know that. We don't know that. You got to help people. I'm going to tell you what's interesting. I was going to a Soros house, my classmate, for one thing. And I was thinking I wanted to do my show, but my spirit said, no, you got to go over there. And I mean, there was an urgency. I tell you how God lands it up. How the angels, talking, shaping it, shaping your movements. What time you have to walk out the door. What time you have to start the car. All that's programmed. This is doing all right. Anyway, it's usually, anyway. I think it's all pre-programmed. There are no coincidences. You know that. It's all pre-programmed. And then you have free will to mess up the program. I think it's a conflict in there. Somebody have to write that down in the comments and explain it. But I don't believe in consequences. I had to leave the house. I've been trying to leave the house. I couldn't leave the house, and then I finally could leave the house. I told the person I was coming. And then when I got there, I fumbled in her driveway. When I got ready to leave, we had taken care of our business. And I fumbled in the driveway. And then I fumbled on the street because I was looking at some pretty houses, It wasn't my neighborhood. We got pretty houses too, though, but, I was thinking, oh, it's so pretty over here. I was just fumbling. And I said, oh, I got to get home. And no, I had seen that Kentucky Fried. I'm not a Kentucky Fried person. But they had 8 wings for $4.99. 8 hot wings for $4.99. I said, ooh, $5 and some change. 8 wings? Okay, so I had that on my mind. And I turned the corner. And I said, let me scoot get these wings. And I saw this lady walking on the other side of the street. And I said, wait a minute. That looked like, but it couldn't be. They were going to the store. I said, it couldn't be. Let me figure out something else. So I was on the phone. I said, I think that's somebody. Let me get off the phone. And then I had to ride a long ways to make the U-turn to come back. So went down the street and made the U-turn. Not the U-turn, but I turned around to come back. And I called the person's name and they stopped. And I said, listen, I got to turn around one more time because I'm all, I'm going to mess up traffic here. I said, stay right there and I'll come back right, like, where you can get in the car. And that's what I did. And I just thought about how I had to leave the house at that time. I had to be somewhere. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? On where you got to be in God's plan. Mhm. How you have to be the one in God's plan to reach out. How do you know that that person might have said, Lord have mercy, I wish I had somebody come along? I don't know what she said. I know how far she had walked, though. And I know what age she is because I know how old I am. And I know I would say, Lord have mercy. I've said, Lord have mercy. My daughter's book, how we talked about that, Lord have mercy. How many times have you said, Lord have mercy? And somebody just come. So I'm not saying she said that because we didn't talk about that. But I'm just talking about how God works. When I was a little kid, they said God works in a mysterious way. I didn't know what that meant till I got to be a grown woman and had some mysterious ways revealed to me. How many mysterious ways have you had revealed to you? And what's the mystery that happens with us every day? Here's the mystery is the human experience. The mystery is the human body. The mystery is the human life. How, when, they still talking about how, when, and where did it come from? People trying to replicate what God has done. You can't replicate this. You can't. You got, this is the human experience. And it's a mystery. And so I rolled up and got my friend. And I said, I got all day, as long as it's not dark. I don't like to drive at night. I will, though. Old Georgianne will find a way, or make a way. Clark Atlanta, or Clark College at the time. Find a way or make a way. But in this case, I sat and waited for her to finish her business, only to take her home and be abused by her spouse. You know, if he abused me, verbal abuse to me, what else is he doing? Now, I have a friend who said, and I can't tell you what my friend said. A good friend of mine said, but I have some friends and some male friends that would take care of all of that. I'm not gonna do that. The person said he said something to you. I ain't talking about her. He said something to you, and I said, don't worry about it, because I could take care of myself with. I can take care of myself. I really can. But I appreciate the proper way is to have a man defend your honor. I think that's proper. And I'm not trying to be the man, but I'm used to being by myself, and I'm used to taking care of Georgianne, me and the Lord, and Evelyn. I don't play with folk. And this was abusive. To talk to me. I don't know if he knew even, though. That's another thing. Did he know? Is he going to know in the morning that he did it? What drink will he have tonight? When has he been drinking all day? Was he start this afternoon? Or what? We have to pray. Pray with me that she's all right. I got to ask the Father to wrap his arms around my friend and protect her and keep her. And send somebody to straighten that out. Lord, you know what to do. Do that for her, because I had to see her today so that we can have this collective prayer. Not just for her, but for women and men and children around the world who are abused and misused, mistreated. Oh, my Lord. It's so unnecessary. It's enough out here for everybody. It's goodness out here for everybody. It's kindness out here for everybody. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. I'm really, I had a whole bunch of stuff for y'all today. I can't do it. pray for our elders. You're 65. You're an elder with me at 81. Um, for young people, 50 and over, is elder. My daughter says she's 55 and they're calling her ma'am. I'm like, girl, they call you ma'am. They call you ma'am at 30. If they're 19, ma'am is just, I call people ma'am. I'm so used to saying yes, ma'am. I think it's a matter of respect, though. I don't know. Anyway, this is a different one for me today, and I don't want to hold up our time. I think I'm gonna close it out. I feel badly for her. I've been thinking about her. I put the prayer out there, you know, and you have to listen out. I had two people say something to me that may, you know, as a single woman, I just don't want to get back in any, I don't want to get with anybody that does not let me be this person. Not let me be, that's the wrong word. That got something to say because I am this person. I talked to a gentleman today. I like talking with him. It's an old friend. But I started talking about something else and he says, hey, we got to stay focused. Let's not talk about that. I was like, See, when you want to talk to me, if I want to talk, if I get to talking to you and I say, let me do this for a minute. I go A, B, C, the whole freaking alphabet. You need to say, you know, that's Georgianne. She just doing the alphabet. You don't know why I did the alphabet. Or if you think, I don't know. I was thinking that's too crazy though. That may be crazy. But I'm saying, I don't need you to change my conversation because I was going to make a point. The reason why I went A and then I went B is because I was trying to make a point about the original discussion. But before I can make that discussion, you told me to get off of that and stay focused. I don't know. I'm Georgianne, and I'm not a dummy. I make points by going to A, B, and C. I have fun doing things with you all. In the middle of my conversation, I might say, what y'all think about this? You know, and it probably makes some of you all crazy, but it's just part of my Georgianne. So I need to be that person. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want anybody to start closing in on me and just not let me be. I gotta be this person, which is why I'm glad I have you, because you let me be this person. You know, I had another person said, don't be silly. I had to think about that. Because it sounded like to me you calling me silly when you said don't be silly. Or you tell somebody don't be stupid. You saying to the person that you are stupid. You have to watch your words. You know, you can't say anything. You gotta be careful what you say. Even Georgianne, I need to be careful what I say. I was very careful when I took my friend home, except that one at the end I didn't know he could hear me tell her that she didn't have to live like this. I said, you don't have to stay here. Man, he cussed me all the way out. What an afternoon. What an afternoon. Such a pretty day. Such a beautiful woman. Such a former leader. Well educated. Blue blood. You know how you have that blue blood here. And they have to live like that. Live with somebody who's mad with the world. I don't know, you are. Georgianne is probably going to just Oh, I know. When I pass away, it won't be nobody but Georgianne. I know. I already know that. I know that I may have. I considered it because I thought the person was gonna come get me and then take me, but it didn't happen. That's about the last person I would think about. You know, people lie. Wow, people lie. Who people lie? Jesus. Who people lie. Mm. But what I saw today was the real truth and nothing but the truth. I was saddened to see it. But I'm glad, I guess, I saw it because I hope, I don't know, that I hope there's something just being in my presence or us being together for just a few minutes kind of lifted her up. I don't know. It lifted me up to see her, so I hope seeing me lifted her up. I forgot to give her a book, Who Lived Here, Where Did They Go? Because it was in the car. I don't have many left, but I wanted to give her one. She likes research. I'm sure she would have liked that. Have you all looked up on my site, Who Lived Here, Where Did They Go? Awesome work. I enjoy doing it. And I'm still, well, I'm not doing that right now, but things are being done. The site needs to put up some more video. And then I just got my plate is just full right now. So many different things. I'm sorry. This hasn't been a good show, I don't think, today. But let me say I love you. I love people. I like people. Just let people be people. Let Georgianne be Georgianne. Because when I give love, you get love. You don't get a piece of love here and another piece of love another day and a different kind of love that day and something. It's genuine. You know, it's genuine with me. I don't know anything else to be. I don't know how to be anything else. So give me your genuine love back and let me be free. I gotta be free. And love my freedom. I don't need you to tell me what to do. You know, if you see me about to fall off the edge, maybe, but let me alone. I don't need you to tell me what to do. That's the worst thing you can do. You want to lose my friendship? Start telling me what to do. I'm out. You go tell somebody else. If what you get your own ideas and go do your own thing. Let me alone. Because I can't do it. I can't. If I want to sit here and play Do Re Mi all day, then you need to say, "Oh, my baby in there playing Do Re Mi all day." Let me go if I can see if I can add fa Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do to add to that. If it's gonna make her happy. If it's gonna make her happy, let me go see what I can do to help play some Do Re Mi with her. Because she makes me happy. You see? I think R.C. Blake talks about that. You know, because I make people happy. I try anyway. No, you can't make people happy. I do enough where they gather that how much love I have for them, and so kind of give them that boost to go ahead and make them their own self, make themselves happy. Because nobody can make you happy. Only you can make you happy. You see, but when you're together and you're working together, it works out. So, if I want to sit here and do that, or if I want to start talking about A, and then I may talk about B, then if you know that about me, then you say, she's going to A, she's going to B, she'll be back to A in a minute. Because I may have a point. I'm over here at B because I have a point. And then I say, see, and that's my example for A. But if you don't let me get here, you cut me off before I can get there. You don't know what my example was. No. No, Georgianne. Georgianne needs to stay in her lane. Don't get out your lane. I got some things I would like for us to do, but I got to stay in my lane. We have some history, people, that we need to lock down in this city. We got some books and some history and some streets and some roads and some houses and some avenues and some byways and some boulevards that we need to lock down and put in paper, put somewhere, write it down. Got some cameras, we need to take some pictures and some documentation and all of that for the city of Atlanta. We need to do that for the city of Atlanta, and as a people, all our stories, all our histories, all that da-da-da-da-da-da. Mrs. Sanders, my former mother-in-law, said that she told my daughter, I think, that somebody came from Africa. She had the little bit of the story had been given to her. This little bit, she told my daughter. Every little piece that can come from our ancient history needs to be put somewhere. Or we're going to be wiped off the earth and nobody ever know. I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up. That really bothered me about my friend today. I'm getting fired up. You know. I love you. I do this. I love myself. It's a freedom that comes with being able to do this. I like your suggestions. Thank you. I'll take your suggestions. Thank you. Write your suggestions and your slice of pie. Your in the slice of life, and subscribe. Thank you. And I will listen. You know, you got ideas for me, but most of this is about my life journey. I'll add your life journey if you had some similar things that happen. You know, I had a lot happen in these 81 years, and I'm sharing them to help somebody or to give you a story to watch. When I was growing up, we used to get in front of the radio and listen to the Shadow Knows because we didn't have television at the time. And then as soon as we got TV, it was Howdy Doody on Saturdays. And Nat King Cole had a show for like 15 minutes. We didn't miss it. You know, it's just different things you can watch. You can watch Netflix and before or after Georgianne. You see? But stay with me. I only got love for you. I love you and you can't do anything about it.